Welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast, folks. Crackers. Are you all good? I hope you're all good. It's a beautiful, beautiful few days we're getting here in good old Ireland. And surprisingly, warm. Nice. It's all good. Sunshine, warm sunshine. Blue skies. All of that. And it's lovely. You get very active. And you try to do too many things all at once. And you find out you're halfway through finishing maybe 10 different things. And you're like, fuck. I forgot what I was at. So I hope you're all good crackers. And enjoying the weather. Speaking of which. Hang on. I've noticed recently, I think it was YouTube, yeah. That I wrote the word crackers, and they fucking they yanked it down, saying it was some violation of their sensitive selves. I don't know what that's about, but I think YouTube's American, right? Google and all that, lads. Not everything is American, like, you know what I mean. Long before Google even came into being, the term cracker or crackers or cracked were used in our household, and most Irish households, I would imagine. It's our culture, it's our language, and it's not racist. Okay? Just to be clear. You fucking idiot. Come on, if you're going to be putting your platform to every other country, at least have due diligence. Come on. This is the crack. We're having the crack. If I say you're a cracker, that means you're mental. That means you're crazy. That means you're not right in the head. And it's always said in a endearing kind of way. But that's how we do it here in Ireland. You cracker. Okay? Going forward, just so you know. God damn it, I'm going to be yanked down off of every video I mention it, am I? But just to clarify that anyway, make it very clear, and to all those sensitive souls out there who don't know otherwise. That's why I use it. That's what it's about. It's endearing. It's like, you mad little thing. That's what it is. And I like it. It just rolls off the tongue. It's nice. So stop being so sensitive. Deal with it and grow fucking up. So what is going on with you people? A bit of stonework. I was called by a customer. Did a beautiful, it's a curved high wall entrance into their property about, I'm thinking 3 or 4 years ago. And everyone was very happy. I was very happy. It looked very good. And then the customer called me nearly a year to the day of finishing to say that there was something wrong with the 4 pillars, because we had these massive scanner stone caps on them, and I mean they were massive and they were rocking like crazy putting them up. It took a while to get them right. You just throw the level away because it's not worth the damn to you. You gotta go by your eye with these guys because they're warped, But anyway, we got them up and they look great. But when he rang me, he was saying that the stone was moving. I was like, the what? And for a split second, you go through your brain and you're thinking, did I do something wrong? Did I fuck something up? And no, I didn't. Due diligence is brought onto the job like it is every other job. And it looks super. So I moved it on down when I get a chance. And sure enough, these massive tables, that's how big they were about 2 inches nearly off the pillars. So prior to that, the block work that was done for the pillars, it was block on edge, so it was hollow in the middle. There was nothing there. But they were fine. That wall was there for nearly 10 years before I showed up to do the stonework. It was sound out. Plastered it with wall ties, as you do any other job. And I was going to just build it up, put the caps on, job done. But the customer, I don't know, he was just maybe worried that it was just maybe we should fill the middle of those pairs. I said there's no need. There really isn't. The way the stone is laid, it'll lock in, and then gravity will forever sit on it and push it down and just double lock it in. So it's all good, unless a truck goes into it, then it's not so good. But that would be bad even if they were filled in the middle. So I think he proceeded to have them filled. And when I came on, they were filled, but there was like maybe a foot down for expansion, I suppose. And anyway, it wasn't enough, because this, whatever it was, it just blew up in the course of that 12 months and pushed the pillar caps up 2 inches easily off the top of the pillars, and it fucking burst the block, pushing it out, and in turn fucking pushing out all the stone. Not all of it, one face. Now actually there's one pillar there that looked pretty good, except for the top quarter was Scooby-Dooed, but the rest of it looks fairly good. The other three are Scooby-Dooed. There's maybe a corner on each and maybe a face, but the rest of them are, it's like they blew out the back. So I checked them with the level, took out all the broken block and whatnot, and there was all this stuff there. On one of them, which was in the shade, it's kind of like mud. Still, this is 4 years on, and it's still like mud. And on the other one, it's like sand. So all that's been cleared out, prep it, ready to go, and rebuild without any block work, which should be grand. It'll be better. It'll be sound. I like taking the pillars up, kind of handy, not too fast. Let them sit nicely. And I've 4 to hop between, so that's all good. But I just thought, if you're out there, people, and you're thinking of getting some stonework done, and you have the block work done, and it's just block on edge and it's hollow, don't go filling it, okay? And if you do go filling it, Jesus, do it a bit at a time. But I don't think there's a need to fill them, honestly. So that was fun. That's what I was doing this morning. And it was lovely weather for it. But I think I've got what they call tennis elbow. Do you ever hear tennis elbow? I don't play tennis. How can I have tennis elbow? But I was talking to another customer, and he was saying he has tennis elbow and golf elbow. No, I never. The tennis elbow is a quiz all on its own, but golf, just throw that one in there. So it's like doing these exercises, and your whole fucking arm would just. It's like if you pick up the hammer or even a cup of coffee, it's like fire going right up your forearm and kind of up the back of your arm. But then someone said maybe it's a shoulder issue, because I knackered my shoulder there a few years ago, and it's maybe it's that. But yeah, this fucking tennis elbow is not good. It's not what we want. So I'd be like, how to fix this? I think they say it'll sort itself out, but you can't be taking 12 months off for something to maybe sort itself out. So I'm doing these stretches and shit, and it's fucking sore. It's terribly sore. But anyway, enough about that and that. I'm in here today because I was looking at the timetable, and it's like unlikely I'll get in here with the right energy and do anything in the next few days. And on top of that, I'm probably just on time to do something today. And if it's alright with you, I'll proceed. Going to Wexford tomorrow. Down to the Voodoo Woods, I call them. The Matrix. It's a tricky shoot. I've had no joy there in the 2 times I've shot there thus far. And this will be my 3rd time, maybe 3rd time lucky. Who knows? But it's really, let me see if I can figure this out now. If you're standing at your peg to take a shot, you could be standing on 4 different slopes at the same time. That's what we're talking about. And your arrow could be traveling through from you to the target, and there's a slope this way, this way, this way. It's like, it's fucked up. So you think the air movement, and then if it's hot and the humid, just if you could put on glasses where you could see all the atoms and the airflow, I don't know, it's just, there's a voodoo vibe there big time, and it just, nothing is what it seems. Nothing. Straightforward shot, not a fucking hope, not down there. So that's happening in the morning, and I said I'll bang this up now, because tomorrow, by the time I get back from there, I'll be Scooby-Dooed. I'll be in no mood. Monday, I've got in mind one of the crazy ones, because the other one's gone to hurling. So that won't be happening. And Tuesday's too late. So here we are. So I've nothing to say other than Wexford is on tomorrow, and I shall be going. Now, I was at my bow today. Briefly, I haven't finished it. I hope to finish it. I have to finish it tonight. But I was putting on a new arrow rest, and I fixed my plunger, which is great, and that should be good to rock and roll for tomorrow. That's the plan. And I'm looking forward to being super awesome. Because I found the last shoot I went out, and I shoot bow hunter recurve, so you're gapping. And when I went out on Dunbrody the last time, instead of even thinking of the distances or the numbers, I found I was just looking at it and thinking high or low, basically. That's where we were. And I was doing pretty good, I thought, until after the break, but that had nothing to do with the gapping. That was more to do with fatigue. and bow fitness wasn't there, like, so I'm going to be taking this with me tomorrow, this approach, and we'll see, because I was watching something on YouTube with these hunter recurve hunt. Well, they're not. They're bear bow hunters. Blah blah fucking blah. They're bear bow hunters in America, and I kept thinking, fuck, I like the look of this. I had a sneaking feeling come over me that I might actually end up trying bear bow next year. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. It might happen. It might not happen. But yeah, we'll see. So Wexford tomorrow. What was I going to say? Looking forward to it. I was going through my photos there. Before I took up the archery, I was maybe every other Sunday I'd be going up to Arglin, out to Castletownroach, wherever there was what do they call it, when all the horsey people meet up, and they're bringing all kinds of horses out for, like, it's not a hunt, it's more like I suppose they got all these new horses, and they're all what they call them, green, young, inexperienced, maybe not the most sociable, and they're all going to just meet up in a big fucking field and just go off on a run, like a hunt, but without the hunt part of it, if you know what I mean. And it's amazing to see all the horses in one place. I loved it. I used to love going there, and I got to go to some studs in Fermoy, the Grove mainly, because my buddy Tom, and is it the Grange? The Grange stud. I went there once or twice to look at a horse called Walk in the Park. Beautiful stallion, stunning horse. But my camera and my phone on the day did not work, did not do great. So I got a few dodgy photos. See, when I go to a stud or a farm to paint or to get, to get the idea of the horse, I don't need a parade. See, when you go to these places, the folks that work there, they deal with getting these horses up to, like, Adonis proportions. They have to look the part, and they're training them for, all the races and that. But when I show up with the camera, I was under the impression I could just, hover around the place in the background, away from the horses. And my thing was, I'll take video of the goings on, just the everyday workings, and I'll take some photographs, and and that would be it. And I usually get like loads of stuff, because you never know. It's not like you're trying to get a perfect photo, because I'm not going to paint a photo. I'm looking for a personality. I approach the horse like you'd approach painting a person. You know, you see the person. You can give someone, I can do a photo for you, but that's just, fuck off. I've done photos before, but then you meet the person and it's like, fuck, I wish I met the person, because the way they move their face, the way their eyes are alive, the way their mannerisms, these all filter into how you'll approach a painting or a sketch of a person. It's always better for me to meet them. You just get a bit, or even have a little bit of video footage of them, just see how their machine works, basically. And it's kind of like that with the horse. I don't need to have the horse paraded up and down as if I'm buying a fucking horse, as if I know what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't. But I do want to see where they are, and I want to look at their anatomy, because it's not like I'm going to do a photo detailed finish of the horse. That was never my intention, even though I've ended up there. And it fucked me up, basically, because now they look like sculptures. They look too heavy. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole on cutting them really fine, and maybe I gave their muscles, and it just exaggerated it, and then I just got fucked up. And then I went in the tailspin for about 2 years, and now though, it's like, there's an itch. It's back. It's like, okay, we're out of the wilderness again. We're going hunting for that painting. Because when you're doing the painting, like I said, you're not painting just the anatomy. The anatomy was only meant to inform you. So, you know how they move, every little quirk, what could, you get away with, what you wouldn't get away with. And also you want to be able to paint them and draw them, to a good standard. And I kind of got there, but then it was just like the execution of it wasn't an issue. It was the fucking ideas got hamstrung by the whole anatomy obsession, which is silly. And I suppose you got to go there to come back. And I like to think I'm back, because I just woke up the other morning, and I don't know, I was talking with my buddy Jim, and then there was like, the brain was firing, but I knew there was something coming, like a resurrection. The muse was coming back, or I don't know, maybe it was just like understanding the fuck up eventually. Now you get back to work. So I had a roll of canvas in the studio. It's about 2 meters by, I don't know how many meters, maybe 7 or 8. That was left, because I was doing big canvases, which was kind of stupid. When you're not firing on all cylinders, you shouldn't be going at big canvases. You should be on a sketchbook, end of. And I neglected that with the last 6 months too. So it was like, no more procrastinating. I decided I'm going to paint. It's weird, you can say it, you can want it, but until you deep down decide, forget about it. You're only wasting paint and canvas. But anyway, I decided, and it was a real decision. It was a grown-up decision. I was like, yes, we want it, we do, my precious. Let's go. I've decided we shall do this, and we do. So I got the canvas out onto the lawn, and I rolled the whole thing out. So I started folding it up in equal parts. And it came to maybe, 2 feet by 3 feet per sheet. And I think I got 8 out of that scale. And instead of, because I could be thinking, I'm going to get stretcher bars, which is the timber that you put together, and you'll staple the canvas to it later on. But I'm like, I need to be going now. I can't be waiting for that nonsense. This reality is just, no, it's not helping me, so dismiss it immediately and just go ahead. So the decisions that were made were, I'll paint them all loose, because I intend on getting them all framed anyway. Which is one, because I won't need glass, because the way I paint with acrylic especially, and I varnish them, they won't need glass. So it'll be just a nice fat frame of a sort, something that won't completely break the bank. And there's only 8 of them there, so we'll see. The thing was, I do 8 framed, and maybe I have 1, 2, I think I have 3 large enough canvases there that are shocking, which would be painted over. So if you have the 3 of them unframed, big floating canvases, and then 8, that's a show for me. I'm happy with that. So that's what the thinking was. And on top of that, I was thinking, all right, I don't really have the time now, because if I have the time of a Sunday, I'm at a shoot. And if I don't, that means I can't go anywhere because I'm doing family stuff or whatever. So that ruled out going to a hunt or a point-to-point or to a stud farm. I just don't have the time. So then I realised, okay, I've hundreds, if not thousands, of stuff already on my desktop in a folder. So I went scouring through that for a whole 2 evenings. No, 2 evenings. It was 1 evening. And this is how desperate I was to fucking get back at it. I went to print so I got maybe, I think at the moment, I stopped at 10. I picked out 10, and it occurred to me I was picking them out, photos that I took years ago up in Arglin, out in Castonroach, in the stud farm, stuff like that. It occurred to me I was picking the photo based on something that had nothing to do with nothing really. It was more like there's one I started there now, just like a piebald horse. And there's some nice horse boxes parked there, and one's open. And there's one there that was just red, a rusty red. And then inside all this green landscape. And I just liked the red. I liked the way it just kind of, and it's not a lot of red either, it's just, so that and the horse, I liked the way the horse was there. Just, it's a lovely looking horse. It's been saddled and whatnot. So that's the first one I'm going to go at. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones. And there's 1 or 2 at the farm where they're, I don't know what you call it, but he's got 2 leads on the horse. And he's got the horse going around and around in a pen. Lunging? Is that lunging the horse? Whatever it is, it looked cool. But what looked really cool about it was the canopy of tree above him, and the light in, we'll say 1/3 it would look like of where it would be on the canvas, the way the light's coming through the tree. It looked fucking awesome. It looked like a Japanese kind of vibe off it, and I loved that. And the horse looked great, and the tension between the dude standing in the middle of the pen and the way the horse is kind of giving him a look or something. There's a lot going on there. And then you've the light and the trees, and it was like a quiet action. There was a lot screaming at me. I thought it's going to be fucking hard. So I went to print them, but then the kids, being the beautiful little kids that they are, fucking used up all the ink in the printer recently, printing up some fucking colouring book nonsense. But anyway, so I said, okay, I moved all my photos onto my phone where I could crop them and I could make them black and white and fuck around with the tones and stuff. So that's what I was in here like this. And your phone, it'll go dark after about 10 minutes. So you're clicking, drawing. But I found it, I was invigorated. I wasn't even trying really hard. I was just enjoying it. And I was totally delighted what came out of the first sitting, we'll say, of sketching out this initial idea, this initial one. And I took a photo of it, and then I got my reference, and I made the 2 of them black and white, we'll say. And this is a handy trick for anyone who's out there doing art, paintings, drawings, whatever. So take a photo of your progress thus far, take a photo of your reference, black and white, the 2 of them, and crop them where the main character is fairly the same on the screen, and have them side by side and just flick between the 2, and you'll see so much more that you won't see when you're in here working on it. When you're just having a coffee afterwards, looking at your progress, you're looking at your thing, you move it back, and straight away you'll see where you're, you don't want to have, like I said, a photo finish, but you don't want to have a fucking 2-legged horse either with a trunk. You know what I mean? You want to have proportions kind of thereabouts. It's only an underdrawing. You're going to be painting it. And once you start painting it, things kind of get a bit lively. things start slipping around into the right location. So I was mainly focusing on shapes. So the shape of the open trailer in relation to the shape of the horse's head and neck going in that space, we'll say. And then I fucked up the second trailer because one of the brats got in here and just fucked it up. Sabotage. But it's no biggie. I can fix this. This is not a problem. I'm actually looking at it now. I'm very happy with it. And it's going to be a nice bit of sky in it as well. A lot of people think that's a waste of canvas, and I think they're mistaken, because you can do so much with that space, with the sky space. You can have so much movement in the sky alone, and in the background there's hills going away in the distance, and it cuts the canvas nicely. But what the beauty of the photo is, you can zoom in and the quality is that good that there's great detail even in the landscape. And I think if the detail is incorporated, not so like, like the faraway trees are faraway trees with shadows, it'll just all build up to a nice kind of a nice effect, I think. I hope. I could fuck this up yet, but I was just so excited about it. And I thought, that's a pretty good way to go, because usually I just throw the canvas up on the easel and I get the paints and brushes and I go all Caravaggio on it. And I tried to make a mess, get it thereabouts, which would be your mess. And then you're dragging and twisting, you're shaping and blah, 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 blah. Basically acting a maggot. You're getting nowhere fast. And when you're already low on fucking the vibe, the feel, the force, if you will. The force is weak with this one. Then it's a mountain. Everything becomes a mountain. So this time I'm like, I haven't sketched in a while, but at saying that, I just got a charcoal pen and I went at it. And like I said, in no time at all, when I just focused I just flipped everything. Instead of going straight in for the blood, go with the shapes. Get the shapes to work in relation to each other. I think the canvas, I'm working on the first quarter of the canvas. And then I'm going up to the landscape, and then I'm going up to the sky. And then I'm going to bring them all together into a harmony. And it's kind of cool, because I did start to do that painting, the Jack Vetriano painting. And I was like, what are you doing? This is not you. This is not your work. This is bullshit. It's a beautiful painting, but it's not my painting. And then you kind of feel like, do you want to be a rock star or do you want to be a boy band? I'm not really into boy bands, but I do like my rock stars. The ones who are original. I say original. The ones who just do their thing. You know what I mean? You wrote the song based on the life you lived, the experiences you lived, that your friends have lived and experienced. And you've managed to it's in your head, and you've condensed it down onto a page, and then you fucked around with that, and you thought that's a nice poem, a story, whatever. And then you're messing with your guitar, and you just see the words, and next thing you have a song. That's rock and roll. So it's like this with the painting. I go up to these places because that's where the horses are. I'm just a tourist here. No one pay any mind as long as you stay out of the fucking way, which I'm good at. And but to see all the horses there, all the different types, all different ages, and all the different there's just so much that you can see now when you're looking back at your trove of photographs and video that you took that you didn't probably appreciate on the day, in the moment. Because in the moment you're like a dog after a bone. You're looking for one thing. You think you're looking for one thing, and you're not. You're there because you want everything. You want to fill your eyes up with this scene, because this is a culture, this is a lifestyle. There'll be a lot of misinformed people who know nothing about nothing and just want to bitch and moan to the world, and they'll pick someone and attack it. I'm not into that. I'm into looking at, if you saw the horses, the state of them, they're absolutely fantastic. They look so good. I mean, that's a lifestyle. That's not like, a hobby. That's a fucking lifestyle. There's a lot of work in it. There's a lot of heartache in it. And if you can just squeeze a beautiful image that captures a day where we're all together doing what they do at the end of the week, I think that's something to celebrate and to put out there against all that other noise, you know? Just a beautiful painting capturing a beautiful moment. And the funny thing is, a lot of the photos, it seems people just, because they don't see each other like regularly, like when we go to archery, it's all yada yada yada, and they're ignoring the horse, and you're like, did you not see this fucking magnificent horse? Of course they do. They see it every day. But they're probably like, you know, but I haven't seen Paddy there in ages, so they walk right by the horse. So yeah, I was delighted to get back my mojo, as it were. And this first painting is looking, I love it as a sketch, believe it or not. When I say sketch, like I said, I use the charcoal because it helps when you're just doing like a wash drawing, underpainting, if you will. And to me, I don't know, am I just impressed with myself for the fact that I haven't done it in what I would consider a fucking long time. And it came together so quickly for me. Because I found I kept saying, pace yourself. Don't go at the paints. Just finish the drawing. Do the structure, the whole thing. And then I said, fuck it, that's well structured. I can't fuck it up from here. I'm going to paint it in. Just a little wash. I just wanted to see it. And it's looking pretty good. Now, I know I should show you, but I'm not going to show you. It's not actually, I tell a lie, I put it up on my YouTube channel. So you can have a look there. But it's great because there's no timetable. It's the only pressure I'm going to have is what pressure I have on myself. And that's going to be fairly minimal. I just, I want to, in my head I'm thinking in 2 to 3 weeks time I want this finished, absolutely finished. And I want to be starting the next one because I've got like 7 more canvases like this after this, and I have twice as many ideas to go on each of them that I'm still very bubbly about. So I'm very fucking happy in that regard. And I look forward to finishing them and framing them. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm not bothering websites anymore. Fuck websites. I don't know, I'll see on the day. When it's done. But it just goes to show you gotta be persistent, you know what I mean? Even when everything is going to shit. You can't even draw your name. And it's not just in art, it's in the same with archery and with the stonework. You gotta persist through the real rough, tough, shitty times. And it's worth it. My God, the exhilaration that was going through me. It's still going through me. I'm so thankful and grateful that I persisted. And I kept saying, I'm not panicking, but inside I'm panicking. Okay? I am panicking. Because sometimes you can try too hard, at a thing. And you could really fuck yourself up. And it just might shut the door on it for years. And there's loads of reasons. If you start thinking about it, I find it's the worst thing you could possibly do. Because there'll be plenty of really good reasons why you shouldn't do what you're thinking about doing. Time-wise, da-da-da. I said, fuck that. I'm doing it. I'm on it. And here we are. I'm very happy with what's happened. And this is another thing. I'll do this and I'll finish it, and when it's finished, I look at it and go, oh, you're so finished. You sexy thing. I'll sign it. And after that, it really fucking does not matter to me what is said or happens. If someone buys it or doesn't buy it, it's nothing. It means nothing. Once I sign it and maybe get it framed, it's basically, I'm kind of just putting it into its own destiny. Its own destiny will take it wherever it will go. People will say what they will say, but even the compliments, you can't give them any power. Don't ever give them power over you. Just say, okay, this is the way I'm going. This is the walk I'm going to walk. And this is where I just want to be better. I want to be better and better and better and better and better. And it's simple. Keep it simple, man. Simple works. Easy to remember and it works a treat. And you get so rewarded when you persevere. So I'm hoping the same thing will be said with the archery. Because like I said, of all days, today while I was juggling a whole bunch of things, I finished around 12, got home, started doing shit that needed being done, and I got the bow and I said, you know what? I was getting ready for tomorrow. I put a new arrow rest on it. And I managed to fix my plunger, my button, which centers your shot. I haven't even tried it out yet. I'm thinking I'll have time because there's a lovely stretch there. So I'll have time. All I need is about an hour, even half an hour. Shoot maybe 20 hours and I know what's what. But at saying that, I should, if I was to think about it, I'd be like, no. You got a few practices in this week. Okay, it's not too bad, but it's not great. Persevere. And then I go and change the fucking thing up. I put on a button and a new fucking arrow rest. And these are the two things. My two nemesis are button and arrow rest. And especially the last 2 times I've been at the Voodoo Woods. So I'm not even there yet and it's affecting me. I'm just... Half of me is thinking, you've just gone and sabotaged a whole day tomorrow. You fucker. And the other half of me saying, no, you'll be grand, kid. You'll be fine. If you fuck it up in the morning, just go to the butts before, for a practice shot. I rarely would do it, but I'm getting more into doing it because it's very important I do it. It helps you loosen up, especially now with the fucked up arm at the moment and the shoulder. Do some stretches. Get a bit fucking Yoda on it, you know what I mean? Feel the force. Warm the force up before you go stretching. All that jazz. So yeah, so if I go in there tomorrow and I go and it's like it's all over the shop, it's so okay. All I'm going to do is I'll take the button off, put it in the case. That's that problem sorted. And I'll take off the new arrow rest and I'll fuck it in the bin. And I'll never again get one like that, ever again. It's one of those metal stick-on guys. But I have a bag of those just hard plastic guys. I've been shooting with them without a button and I've been doing well, but I want to kind of, that was just like, again, back to with the painting. You fucked up so many things, you're thinking it's gotta be these guys. But it's not, it's your temper, your temperament. You think they're all going on about their gear all the time and I'm like, it must be the gear. It couldn't be me. I'm splendid. No, you're not. You're a fucking idiot and you fucked it up. And then you go and you fuck up all the gear. So it's like there's been growth. There's been growth, people. There's been growing had. And it happened like, it feels like overnight, but I know that's not true because I've been knocking on the door on both things for like 12 months. And it just feels like subconsciously the puzzle has been put together. And now you just see all the better. You're not looking for some generous individual to come and help you fix a thing and just say, "Thing fuck." You're doing it yourself. You're educating yourself, and it's a cool feeling. So I shall fix this bow. It's not broken. I should just replace my thingy, my arrow rest. The plunger was fucked, but a bit of WD-40 and it was all good. Who'd have thought? Just simple thinking. Keep everything simple. It usually is the simplest thing. You know what I mean? Instead of going complicating it and trashing it. Because I'm a trasher. I trash things. I have these... You know the way you be kind of like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. The minute you hear you say that to you, you're fucked. You know you're not going to be good. Because it means you've been trying really hard to be breathing in, breathing out. Being cool, calm, collected. And approaching some logic. Or applying some logic to all the little puzzles. But then your true nature comes to the surface like a fucking rocket. And there's an explosion. Isn't there? With a rocket, there's always an explosion. And I get this fucking mental breakdown. This mental expression of caveman stupidity. Proportions of like mountains. And when the mist is cleared, I'm surrounded by broken bits and pieces. And Oh no. You're dejected for months thereafter because you've had a tantrum and you've made a little problem, not even a problem, a little issue into a massive fucking crater in the fucking middle of the room. That's what you've done, James, you gobshite. So, I think what I'm trying to say is recovery is well at hand for all the retarded behaviour that I was abducted by, perhaps. So, yeah, so on and on. To Wexford we go. I'm all twitchy today, aren't I? See, the energy is, I can't contain it. But, yeah, on to Wexford tomorrow. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to make the most of it. And I'm going to have the crack, has to be said. And I think the brother is going. Dun, dun, dun. The return of the brother. It's the brother's birthday today as I record this. This is Saturday. I'm going to bang this up tonight, actually, because, like I said, I'm fucked for time. So happy birthday, bro. Welcome to the 50 club. And I hope you shoot well tomorrow. When you shoot well at these shoots, the drive home is so much better as to when you don't shoot. Although the drive home has been good with the last 12 months now, I suppose. But there was a spell there, I think it was 12 months ago at fucking Wexford. I had a meltdown. I thought I was going to get the bow and just fucking beat it off a tree. I swear to God, I was looking at the trees. I was like, give me a tree. The biggest fucking tree I can see. I'm going to get my bow and I'm going to fucking smash the shit out of it. Punk rock style. But then I looked at the bow and I realised I love my bow. I took it apart carefully and put it in the case. Put the case in the van. Went and got a coffee and sat down with all the crazies. And just fucking started taking the piss out of everybody and myself. And it was fun. We all had a giggle. Everyone enjoyed it tremendously. Because next Sunday is... What's next Sunday? Next Sunday is Mayo. I've been to Mayo one time. It's a fantastic course. A beautiful wood. It's just epic is the word I would use for Mayo. Unfortunately, I won't go there because it's like 3 hours away. And it's... My reality doesn't accommodate that adventure. Unfortunately. Not for now, but I'm getting there. It'll happen. But I shall be doing a chat about Mayo at the next podcast before the shoot, because that needs a podcast all of its own. Like I said, I'm quietly reviewing all the shoots I go to. I'm looking forward to Galway. I haven't been to Galway yet. Galway is, I think, May. I thought it was this month, but I think it's May. I have to double check that. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Galway. So I'm looking forward to that. It's nice to get to a place you've never been. Although, it's kind of like that for me anyway, with every other place I go to, because I forget. Even our own one at Red Fox, I was team captain, and this fucking crazy cracker comes up and he goes, so where is this? And I go, I don't know. Just follow somebody. And he's like, this is your club, you don't know where it is? Of course he was right, but fuck it, I'm not there all the time. He was probably there more times than I was. But so when I go to like new clubs, or all the clubs, to be honest, it's like, wow, this is a nice place. I never knew this was here. You've been here 3 times already, you knucklehead. Oh yeah. But actually Wexford's course has changed tomorrow. Not that means anything to me. I'll just go through and say, oh yeah, this is cool, like it was the last time. Fucking Matrix. So if you're driving to Wexford, to the Voodoo Woods, down to Don, the Main, have a listen, have a laugh, and I'll see you there, and we'll have a giggle. And don't forget to bring your mugs, people, because this, did you say it's a roll through, so we can have our lunch in the woods somewhere at a designated safe spot. So see you all there, and thanks for watching, folks. I hope you had a giggle at the very least. So I shall see you all soon. Bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.